One time, we almost got caught in the dressing room just as the director walked in for Golden Age. Hollywood Montgomery Clift was a dream, a romantic, talented, and profoundly fragile soul. With his introspective gaze and innate genius, Clift lived a life that soared on screen, yet behind the glitter lay an abyss of loneliness, tragedy, and shadows. After his death, a notebook was discovered listing the names of those he had loved. Some were worshipped by all of America. Some dared to risk everything, defying danger and scandal to try and pull Clift from his dark abyss. And some, knowing they would cause him pain, deliberately entered his life. Who were these people? And did Montgomery Clift ever truly rebel against a deceitful and prejudiced Hollywood? From a young age, Montgomery Clift lived in an incredibly suffocating world. His mother, Ethel Fogg Clift, was an ambitious woman who constantly pressured her children to conform to a perfect aristocratic mold. For Monty, childhood had no room for tears or weakness, only relentless pressure and tight control. Perhaps this is why he grew up with a complex inner world, melancholic and constantly yearning for understanding. In an era where male archetypes were expected to be muscular and stoic, Montgomery Clift brought a completely different kind of charm. Intelligent, introspective, and deeply vulnerable. He stepped onto the Broadway stage at 15 and quickly became a star, his acting so brilliant it was as if he truly lived as his characters. Alongside Marlon Brando and James Dean, Clift became part of the revolutionary trio, paving the way for naturalistic acting in Hollywood. He refused long-term studio contracts, shunning the glitz. Clift only made 17 films, but garnered 4 Oscar nominations, a testament to a talent that shone brightly without needing to flaunt itself. In 1956, Clift was involved in a horrific car accident after leaving Elizabeth Taylor's home. She was the first to rush to the scene, literally pulling his teeth out of his throat to save his life. The accident didn't kill Clift, but it stole his most handsome face in Hollywood and forced him to undergo plastic surgery. From then on, his romantic allure was diminished, and he sank into alcohol and painkiller addiction to escape. From that point, Clift lived like a ghost. His acting post-accident became darker, rawer, and profoundly haunting. Every appearance on screen was an outpouring of his pain. Historian Patricia Bosworth once called that period the longest suicide Hollywood ever witnessed. And then, one July morning in 1966, around 6:30 a.m., his live-in assistant, James, found Clift's bedroom door locked. An alarm sounded. James ran around to the back of the house, climbed a ladder to the second-story window. Clift lay motionless on the bed. He was unclothed, still wearing his glasses, with no suicide note. Only a stiff body and fists clenched tightly at his sides, as if holding something precious in his heart. When doctors and paramedics arrived, they could only confirm the undeniable truth: Montgomery Clift had passed away. The autopsy revealed many secrets. Clift suffered from undiagnosed hypothyroidism, a condition that caused him to slur his speech and appear drunk even when sober. This illness contributed to the public's image of Clift as an incurable addict, while in reality he was battling a body deteriorating from within. Even his death was a tragic performance, without a stage, without an audience, yet still deeply haunting, like everything he had ever brought to the silver screen. He was gay, but never once publicly came out. Montgomery Clift lived such a private life that those who entered it carried a lingering torment. That love with Monty was always beautiful, yet always torn apart by his own internal struggles. And within that labyrinth, there was once someone who quietly stepped in, guided only by a kindred heart. One, Rock Hudson, two souls in Hollywood's glass cage. In 1950s, Hollywood Montgomery Clift and Rock Hudson were two opposing forces. One, a sensitive artist with melancholic eyes. The other, a masculine icon whose radiant smile captivated millions. Yet both harbored a deadly secret. In that era, a mere whisper of "he's gay" was enough to destroy a superstar's career overnight. And it was in this very world that Montgomery Clift and Rock Hudson found each other. Initially, Montgomery Clift and Rock Hudson met through someone at Paramount. Within a few short weeks, Rock and Monty constantly appeared together at cocktail parties, coincidentally choosing the same table corner at Musso and Frank's Grill. Both always acted politely, with every lady offering drinks, dancing opening car doors, and lightly kissing their hands. Hollywood then called them the strangest best friends. Once during a magazine photo shoot, the photographer captured a rare moment, two of Hollywood's most charming men laughing together on a balcony. But as soon as the lens was raised, Rock immediately turned away, and Monty pulled his collar high. "Don't turn back," Rock whispered through gritted teeth. "There are at least 3 paparazzi in this room." The studios had warned Rock about his excessive freedom the week before. A reporter from Confidential had demanded $25,000 for silence about photos of him at a gay bar in San Francisco. As for Clift, he had just escaped an extortion attempt by a bit actor who threatened to reveal their night at the Chateau Marmont to the press. "He even knows where your mole is on your thigh." Hudson loved Clift intensely. However, Clift himself was caught between two pressures: genuine feelings for Hudson on one side, and a harsh Hollywood system, and the pressure to play masculine roles from the studios on the other. Having grown up with self-doubt, Clift always feared hurting others. Once Rock knelt and proposed to Monty, but Clift could only cry and refuse, believing he wasn't worthy of love. Rock Hudson went silent with despair. He didn't get angry, didn't blame. He simply bowed his head quietly, stood up, and left the room. Elizabeth Taylor once remarked, "Monty couldn't love anyone without destroying them, including himself." Tragedy struck in 1956. Clift's car crashed terribly after he left Elizabeth Taylor's house. Rock Hudson ran frantically to the scene, desperately trying to pull Monty from the wreckage, while Elizabeth screamed and held Clift tightly to save his life. After the accident, Clift's most handsome face in Hollywood was disfigured. His mental state collapsed, and Clift retreated like a wounded animal. Meanwhile, Rock had to continue playing the perfect lover for ladies, and gradually drifted away from him. The press, at the time, abounded with malicious rumors. "Two loves has Monty." The lurid love life of Montgomery Clift. But these were just